institutional racism exists in our society. And I want to take a moment just to say that, as a person of colour, the statement from the Chief Constable is monumental, historic. I remember raising issues around racism in the police force, Strathclyde Police as it was back then, when I was stopped and searched over a dozen times as a young boy, whether it was in my car or walking with my friends in the street or in airports at the time. And so the acknowledgement from the Chief Constable is very welcome indeed. I hope it also serves as a reminder to all of us that in whatever organisation we belong to, we have a responsibility to also question whether or not the organisations that we lead, certainly this is the case for me in the organisation that I lead, that we examine and reflect on whether we are doing enough to dismantle those barriers, not just of institutional racism, but structural discrimination that exists for many people with a disability or because of their sexual orientation, because they are women, so on and so forth. So I do welcome the statement from the Chief Constable. As the Chief Constable himself has said, having now made that acknowledgement, it's so important we now see action in terms of what can be done to dismantle those barriers. And again, I just end my answer to that particular question by saying that I take my responsibility seriously as First Minister, and I rededicate myself to do everything I can to dismantle those barriers of institutional racism, misogyny, bigotry and discrimination where they exist here in the Scottish Government, and what I can do right across society in that regard.